Yeah, the good news is, Nick, I think it's unreal. So that's quite a reassuring starting place. So what do I mean by that? That said, there are reasons to be fearful as well. I'll just try and explain what I mean. So I think one of the common themes that's coming out of this is that there's a guy called Socrates who said that the more I know, I think the more I realise I know nothing, which I think summarises the COVID situation at the moment. So in theory, that thought of not knowing what to do could be quite fearful. That said, it's a perception, but it's not a reality. And so that's the funny thing about it. And we've got a choice to avoid it and or reject it. I think the challenge with it is, well, first of all, what does sort of good look like? What's the antithesis to fear? I think what good looks like is like a set of intimate relationships within a team that are adjusting, testing, adjusting, communicating very closely to hit the target, and playing music that people want to hear, as opposed to the old tune, whatever that was. So that's a very sort of free, and yet it's coordinated. It's very guided as well in a very natural sort of way. I think on the flip side, what does bad look like? I think when people do become fearful, they do actually or choose to be fearful, it switches off thinking. And that puts us into a mode called fight or flight, which people have probably heard of before. And what happens then is a bit worrying. People start making statements like, "You don't understand me," and communication drops off. And people become very responsive to negative things, which
Right.
is a bit worrying. And they sort of get a life of its own. And then analysis then suffers, which creates this sort of self-fueling situation. And in that situation, people and organizations become very prone to distractions, negative distractions of all kinds of different types, some of which sound quite positive, but in fact are quite flawed.